Hey there everyone and welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave, and again we're going to be talking about the world of Dice Masters, and I'm excited about today's theme because it is Deadpool Dice Masters. Now, since the movie he has exploded, and that's when this came out. Even so, he has made his presence felt in the board game universe. He has his very own Deadpool Yahtzee. Now, think about that. And of course, now he shows up with his very own set in Dice Masters. Now, he has shown up before, but now he has his very own gravity feed. Now, there is no starter set. This is just like the Green Arrow and Flash gravity feed, no basic action cards, but there are a fair share of characters, and you can get your very own gravity feed and find out what comes in the set, or you can just watch today's review and find out what the new abilities are and how the cards work with the past sets. Now, this is like the fourth Marvel set or fifth Marvel set to come on the scene, and like I said, I'm pretty excited. Now, I liked Deadpool before he was cool. That's very hipster of me, but I read it during the Cable and him run, and then I ventured out and read more Deadpool when he killed all of literature. So that keeps me pretty current, and I know a decent amount to be excited for this set. And though there are a few things that I don't know about Deadpool. With that being said, I am curious to see if some of the Deadpool humor is brought into the world of Dice Masters. Now, since we have all this Dice Masters to choose from, I think that might happen because he, of course, loves unicorns and eating chimichangas, and he's pretty vulgar, and he breaks that fourth wall, just like Jim Halpert does when he looks at the camera. So let's see what this set actually brings to the table, and let's pack up our endless bag of guns onto our magical unicorn and munch on our chimichangas and find out what the Deadpool Dice Masters has in store. Let's check out the dice and figure out what the cards do. Let's go. Alright, so here are the dice. There are a lot of kind of reds and shades of reds, of course. A lot of grays, too. But I like the color palette. Pretty nice. We have a lot of different translucent ones. There are a few glittery ones in the mix. Some pearlescence, some marbled ones, a little bit of everything. I'm going to go over four of my favorites like I always do. Lady Pool, I like her kind of two-tone one. And her blonde hair kind of peeking out, pretty cool. This is the 2099 Spider-Man. I like his emblem. It's actually kind of translucent, but I don't think you can see that. Kid Pool, that's just an interesting kind of logo for Deadpool. And this is my super rare. This one is interesting. This is a Magneto one, and this is, I think, the only crossover character in here, and it has a question mark on it, so it's glittery too. First time I've ever seen that. So, alright, so those are the dice. Now let's check out the cards. Alright, so I'm not going to go over every card, but I'm going to try to go over one of every character. Since this isn't a starter pack set and it's just a gravity feed, they have more equipment than normal. This is the motorcycle. Select target character dice you control. If that die is blocked and KO this turn, return it to the field zone and clear all damage from it. Instead, select 2 if you have an asterisk. So that's basically just protecting them. And then the Satchel of Unlimited Weaponry. The next action dice you purchase this turn costs 2 less. Instead, it costs 3 less. So that's a pretty good one. The Flying Car comes into play. Place this die on one of your character cards that's still in the field zone. When you field that character, all copies of that character gets +2 attack until the end of turn. So basically, you're just driving a car into them. You're pretty strong. And of course, chimichangas. Target character dice gets +2 defense and gains deadly to the end of turn. Now, deadly is a new ability that comes into play, and it is when a character is engaged with a hero or a villain, that character is gonna die, just flat out. If any damage is done, whether like say Deadpool got deadly, if he blocks or he attacks, if he is engaged in a fight, Deadly's going to take them out no matter what. Now, I'm pretty excited for this. This has came in other card games like Magic and Hearthstone, and I think Pokemon even has it. But it's long overdue, and I think it's thematic that comes in the Deadpool set. So these are the 4 equipments. Now let's get into the character cards. Alright, so I'm going to get into the non-affiliation ones. Electra, she's going to come into play here. She may not be blocked by a non-Deadpool character dice, and that's going to happen. An opponent may pay 1 to ignore this ability by Electra. The Guardian of the Galaxy, Angela, I guess that's how you say it. Angela. When fielded, deal 2 damage to target non-Bolt character. She is a 4/4 at her final level. A shield character, Agent Carter. Her show's out, that's why she is in here. While Agent Carter's active sidekick dice costs 1 more to field. So, okay. And she's a 3/4 on her final level. She's got another one here. When active, when sidekick character dice is KO'd, place it in its owner's bag. So, she really doesn't like sidekick that much. And then we have O'Hara, Miguel. And we have 2 of them here. The hollow one, again, this has hollow cards. It has fast and back for more. So, back for more is basically a new ability. When they come from the prep area, you have to execute it. And his back for more is deal 1 damage to a target opponent. So if you draw O'Hara from the prep area and roll him, he's going to do his back for more. And I think that's an interesting ability and something new and just not peppered in. It makes sense. Back for more, coming back from the prep area, of course. Then we have Medusa. She has Deadly. Again, Deadly is going to kill opponents or anybody who has engaged with this character. She is a 4/6 and he is a 5/5, of course. And she cannot be blocked. Medusa can block up to 2 characters. So she can basically sit there and just take people out that way. So Lockjaw, he is an interesting character. He has 3/4. While Lockjaw is active, before your opponent's clear and draw step, name a non-sidekick dice. If the opponent draws that, deal 2 damage, and Lockjaw gets +2 attack till the end of the turn. So that's interesting. I don't know if I'll use that, but it's there. So Black Bolt. When fielded, all the same symbol characters dice you gain, they gain fast. Any of those characters that have this symbol that you control, they gain fast. So fast and deadly are really prevalent in this set. So Hit Monkey is the next one. He has fast, but I just wanted to put him out here because he's a Men in Black kind of hit monkey. Very interesting. He's not that strong. He's a 4/3, but 3 costs, not too shabby. And then we have X23 here, and she has Regenerate. She has a cool Regenerate. If X23 regenerates successfully, draw a dice and place it in your prep area, so you get to draw more. If your opponent has 2 or more dice in their prep area, X23 costs 1 less to purchase, and she is a 7/4. So if 4 costs 7/4, I mean, that is quite a punch. I only have 1 Taskmaster here. When fielded, you may use the when fielded ability of a target character dice as if the Taskmaster has this ability. He is a 6/6 and 5 to actually purchase. Not too bad. Blind Owl. I thought she would be an ally, but she isn't. She like her dice. Kind of looks like she has flamey hair. When fielded, if you have dealt damage this turn, deal 1 damage to a target opponent. So then you have Sandy. Now she is an ally, but while Sandy is active, Deadpool characters get +1 and gain Regenerate. That's a really cool card. We have Angel Dust. Interesting character. She is a 7/7. While your life total is less than your opponent, Angel Dust gets +2 attack and defense, so she can be a 9/9, but really expensive to bring out in the field at a 3. I like this card, Agent X. Back for more. Again, that happens when they come from the prep area. You may pay 1 life to draw a dice and roll it. So you're re-rolling him, and if you pay 1 life, you get to do even more dice to roll. So I like that. All right, so we have the Stepher Cuckoos, and when fielded, each player moves 1 of their character dice they control to a prep area. So it essentially is sacrificing 1 of yours, but you might sacrifice like a Superman because you have to do that. I like this Scarlet Witch Witch here. She costs 1 less to purchase if an opponent has a punch character or an action dice in their prep area. She's a 5/5 and 1 to cost field and a 3 to purchase. I like her. That is cheap to bring that out, and most of the time this is going to happen. So then we have Colossus. He has a back for more. Deal 1 damage to all character dice and the player. So you two, but he's a 7/7, 2 to field, and a 6 to bring to actually purchase. Not too bad, but I like his shiny card. I think that's pretty thematic. Then we have the Gray Wolverine. He appears in here again, but he has a back for more. Target Deadpool character dice, get +3 attack. Okay, well, he's helping Deadpool characters, whatever. He's an X-Men, and he's a 7/4, pretty strong. Now you got the Negasonic Teenage Warhead, a 6/3 on our final level. While the Warhead is active, when your opponent target one of your character dice with a global ability, spin each of your Teenage Warhead character dice up in the field zone to level 3. So they're absorbing and getting stronger. It's a very long name. Then we have Multiple Man. He has Underdog. Now this came in during the Amazing Spider-Man set. It's just when you have less characters, when fielded, move sidekick dice from your used pile to your field zone. So he's going to bring out multiple. Isn't that funny? We have Phantom X here. When fielded, you may spin down target opposing villain character dice. If you do, Phantom X character you field, it gets +1 attack and defense. So that might be a double kind of whammy. Now Storm comes back into play. When Storm is active, your opponent may not reroll basic action dice. I like that, not having people reroll, but she's been in so many different sets. Now villains, we have them. The Black Tom Clancy, I don't know much about him, but he is a 5/2. Black Tom Clancy cannot be blocked by X-Men characters. Can block any number of X-Men characters himself. So that's interesting. Then we have Lady Bullseye. When fielded, double all damage dealt to target opposing character dice until the end of turn. So she's going to hit her with a haymaker or him, whatever dice is going after her character. And that might be the turning tide. Now, Mr. Sinister comes into play. He has a back for more. You may reroll any number of dice in your field zone. So, again, if you want to try to level up all these characters, you can chance it and gamble with Mr. Sinister. I like that card there. So, Evil Deadpool is basically a melting pot of a whole bunch of different Deadpool. And he has a back for more. KO a target opposing sidekick character dice or target opposing Deadpool character. So it's very specific to Deadpool characters, and that always happens in the set. But it's interesting. So there's that. Then we have MODOK. He has a sparkly dice. While MODOK is active, opposing character dice may not be spun to a higher level than he is. And he is a 2/8. He's basically a big wall, and he can keep people from getting too powerful. Madam Hydra, when fielded, deal 3 damage to all players. Any player may move a die from their prep area to their bag to prevent the damage done to them. So she's going to be annoying if you keep getting her out. Then people are going to have to cycle through that process. Alright, so now we're going to get into the Deadpool characters. Now, Deadpool here has Deadly, of course, and he is a 5/5, and again, that just takes people out if they engage combat with him. Now, Dogpool, Wolf, that's what it's called, has a back for more. Target Deadpool character dice get +1 attack and defense. And then we have Domino. I like her. She's a really cool character, and I like her card as well. Now, she has a back for more. You may reroll this dice 1 extra time during your reroll phase. So that's cool. And this card is really interesting. I like the ability here. Outlaw. Let's move these over a bit. She has a bag for more. Search your bag for an outlaw dice and roll it. If it rolls an energy phase, field it at level 1. Otherwise, add it to your prep area. So she basically is just like sniping and putting people out. I like that right there. Now, Kidpool, interesting. If you have an active Deadpool character dice other than Kidpool, Kidpool gains Deadly while blocking. Very specific. I don't know if I would play him, but he's there. Shikla, she has a back for more. Spin target Deadpool character dice you control up 1 level, so you can make them powerful. She's a 2/4 and she's pretty cheap to bring out. Now Lady Deadpool is pretty cool. If you have more different active Deadpool characters than your opponent, Lady Deadpool costs 3 less to purchase. Now she's a 5/5. So, I mean, it makes her a 3. I guess that would make it worth it, but you would really have to have those Deadpool characters. Bob, Agent of Hydra, he's there to help out Mr. Deadpool himself and all the other pools. While Bob, the Agent of Hydra, is active, Deadpool character dice gain fast. Fast, like I said, deadly and fast are really the things in this set. Now I have 2 more cards to show you. They are my super rares. The first one is my Deadpool. When Deadpool's KO target opposing level 1 character. I don't know if that's awesome, but it's my super rare. And then the Phoenix Force Magneto. Very cool. Now he is the only crossover character in this set. Now this was introduced in the Flash and Green Arrow set, but you have to have all 4 to summon him, and you have to have 6. So that's pretty expensive, but he is a 9/9, and when fielded, reroll X active character dice you control. After you do so, target opponent must reroll X active character dice they control. So you might lose characters, or you might get stronger. It's all luck based, big time, and you get a 9/9 out. So I don't know if I would ever do that, but it's pretty interesting, and look how pretty he is. Alright, so those are the cards. Now that is everything I have to show you from the set. Now you have a good feeling of if this is for you. Let's get into my opinion and what I think, though. So that was the Deadpool Dice Masters set. Now, as I always do, I'm going to be giving this one a percentage or a letter grade, and I stuck with a 94%. Now, I like a lot of things that this one brings. There are a few little minor quibbles that keep this from getting a 95, but this is one of my favorite Marvel sets. I think it's within maybe at least the top 3, I still like the Spider-Man one the best. Let's go over the things that I don't like about this. Again, that this is just a gravity feed. Now, I'm not saying I missed the starter pack. The only thing that I do miss is a rule book. Now, when you get some new abilities that come into play with a gravity feed, normally it'll say what they do right there on the card, and they do a good job there, but I always like to double check in the rule book, and when you're selling just a gravity feed, well, there's that downfall because you can't put a rule book in here, and I don't think you could. Maybe you can put the rules on the cardboard insert in the little booster packs, maybe like with Deadly or whatever, just to kind of cover the bases there. But you have to go and look up these abilities on WizKid's website just to make sure that's what they are. Which is not a big thing, but there is that. The other thing is there is no Cable. I thought Cable would at least appear. There are some characters that just appear for, just the sake of being in the set, like Agent Carter, but there's no Cable. There's a Cable in the Dice Master world, but I thought he would reappear here. And the other thing was it wasn't kooky enough. Now, I like some of the things that it did. Deadly is a great addition. I was waiting for something like that to be introduced into the world of Dice Masters, because it's in every other world, Hearthstone and Magic, and of course it was inevitable, and I think it's thematic that Deadly comes into the world with the Deadpool scene. But I thought it would be more like the unhinged Magic version of Dice Masters, and of course that was me assuming and having high expectations for that, and I let myself down. But it still is a good Deadpool set. It does feel thematic. Again, Deadly is a really cool thing. The hollows are back into play, which are pretty nice. I do like the super rares this time around. I got the Phoenix Force Magneto, like you've seen before. And again, those 3 things: no Cable, no unhinged, and no rules. That's the three quibbles that keep it from being a 95 or even a 96. But beyond that, I love this Deadpool set. I love Deadly. I love all of the Deadpool characters. Deadpool Kid is interesting, but Deadpool Dog is a cool character. I thought maybe Deadpool Gwenpool would be in this, but I guess she wasn't out, or I'm pretty sure she was out. They just didn't do it. But that was another thing that maybe could have been in the set. But beyond that, I love the dice. This is a really nice set. Brings in specific Deadpool characters that you can focus on bringing to your deck and having that synergy and the focus be on that team of Deadpool characters. Also brings in a lot of X-Men characters. It's been a while since we've seen a lot of X-Men characters brought in. There are some new ones and some old ones like Storm and Wolverine that always have to be in every Marvel set. But that is cool too, because if you want an X-Men set, you can do that. But Deadpool Dice Masters did not disappoint. Again, the minor quibbles are easily averted when it comes to this. You can easily go look up the rolls and find out what deadly means and whatever. But they bring in a lot of cool effects as well, and Fast is introduced a lot into this set. So all in all, this is a good set, and I recommend it for anyone who has at least a little bit of Dice Masters at their disposal. Again, this is just a gravity feed and would be a step 2. But if you are a Deadpool fan, you can buy a little bit of these and have a starter set and get into Dice Masters that way. But this is a really cool set. I like what it introduced. It's not too advanced, but it does have some of the past abilities brought into it. So you're going to have a comprehension of what Dice Masters is before you jump into this one. But again, it's just a step 2 and not anything overcomplicated. So I recommend this for novices, and if you like Deadpool and you like Dice Masters, well, you cannot go wrong. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm going to send out a huge thank you to WizKids for helping us with some of the product here to advance and hasten the process of these reviews. Also want to send out a huge thank you to the new viewers out there. If you like what you've seen, please click like and subscribe. That helps us grow. The repeat watchers, well, you are the lifeblood and keep us chugging along. And until the next time that I see ya, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all the Dice Masters that you play. I've been Dave, and you've seen it here on the Game Find. I'm out, everybody. Bye.